Hi, my name is Lara Kudaisi. I help people heal from emotional pain, trauma, childhood dysfunctions for a happily ever after. My story in a nutshell is that I healed from having a child at 19, 14 heartbreaks, 15 abortions, and a divorce. I have created a program titled How They Heal. Welcome. I have two interesting people, I don't want to start recounting how I met each of them, so, and I'm so excited, for you to join us. I don't want to share their story before, you meet them. I want them to share their stories themselves. But one thing I will say is Grace Solomon is my longtime friend. We are on this journey together, this journey to help people heal, to help people live happily ever after. She's a relationship coach, relationship expert, not knowing that at that time, she also was going through her own journey. It's like almost like my case, something about the healer, heal yourself, something like that. So she was going through her own journey at the time while, helping other people. And but Grace, I'm so excited you are here. Thank you for coming. I feel privileged and honored for you to be here. And I don't even know how to address him. He'll tell me, Lara, I have a name, and the name used to cut my teeth when I'm trying to pronounce it, So, but let me try, So his name is Afojari, Afojari the Prince, but also known as DJ GOSPORELLA. If you have been hearing DJ GOSPORELLA, a lot of us we know the name, but we don't know the person. The longest serving DJ in the Christian gospel industry. Sure, you know him. So he's also here today. When I met him, he had a very inspiring and interesting story to share. And I was like, no, not the only me go hear this thing. Everybody has to be a part of this, So thank you so much for honoring me. I feel so privileged to have you here. Now, I'm just a small girl in this thing. So thank you so much for coming. So let's start. We have to start with women first. So Grace Solomon, formerly Grace something else. So tell us your story, because that's the something else that I knew about. So what happened? What's your name? What's your journey? What's your story in a nutshell?
Okay, I got married to this man. Actually, we are family friends. So it's not that he's a stranger. Our fathers used to be best of friends before my dad passed away. So it was like 2 years after my dad passed away. But the relationship has been going on before my dad passed away. So we got married and year one, year two. Now, he was a virgin and I was a virgin when we got married. So like our first experience was with each other in marriage. So then after first year, there was this, he's always just so absent from home, given the excuse that his place of work is far from home. So he prefer to come home like twice in a week or at the weekend. And he runs his own business. So the question was, you run your own business, you can dictate the time you leave work. So why should you say, I was a 9 to 5. That's what I was doing, the relationship thing. I should be the one to say, okay, maybe I have to get a place near my place of work. So after the first year, it was like absent. So I really didn't know there was something wrong apart from that. It's just that he said it's too far. There's construction on the road, so he stays in traffic for so long. So I would feel so lonely and I'll complain. I remember I didn't really complain. I think my uncle noticed and they were like, what happened? I said, doesn't come home. So I'm alone. The big house. So they had to talk to him. It's your first year now. You're supposed to be around her, things like that. So he said, okay, fine. If when this rent expires, we're gonna get a place where at least one of us is closer home. So he said, okay, since you run your business, let the place be close to your business because I can always change my job anytime. That was year 2. So it was in the year 2 I started noticing that something is wrong. Because I was just this naive. I was a church girl. I'm still a church girl anyway. I was born in the church. My parents are pastors. So I was raised. So it's like school, church, and every other place you want to go. Just come to that circle. So the second year, I was noticing his movement. That some things are not just right. And there was a particular time that There's this person that used to send message to him early in the morning and sometimes late at night. So when we're still sleeping around 5:30 a.m., 6 a.m., the text message will come in. But it was just consistent like that, like Monday to Friday. I was like, what's this person that keeps sending, that keeps waking us up? Like, oh, he's a daughter. Like, he's a daughter that I don't know because he pastors the church. So I was like, a daughter that I don't know? How come I know almost all your daughters in the Lord? I was like, you don't know this one, no? I said, how can I not know her? He said, hey, her shop is very close to my school. Like, okay. I looked at the message. I think you see like all these motivational messages that are viral that you just forward from one person to the other. I'm like, well, there's nothing wrong with this message, but the motive behind this message, why is this person sending every morning? I want you to hear from me first. So I was concerned. Being someone that used to talk to people about relationships, I was concerned. This thing was becoming frequent, and I don't know this person. It was like this person wants to keep being consistent. So not so long after that, one day in the house, I walked past him, and something just dropped into my mind that your husband is cheating. I just waved it like this, person will marry as virgin. I waved it. And I think that was the first time I can remember I heard an audible voice. And he was chatting with a family friend in the living room then. And that family friend just gave birth, so she came to stay in our place. I was like, no, you can't cheat. And I went to sleep. Few days later, I had a dream. There was this ex who he found difficult to let go because he wanted to really marry her. But his parents said, over their dead body, will he marry her? So after married, I saw they were still talking. I told him that's the bad habit, that is not done. He said, you have come and get a relationship coach. I said, but it's not healthy. So I had a dream that she gave birth. I think that's the face of the person I saw. So I woke up immediately and I told him. He said, no, quite a long time I spoke with her. I didn't even know there was this one. That one that kept saying, he said, I know, quite a long time I talked to Mrs. T. I said, Mrs. T. He said, no, I don't talk with her anymore. Okay, fine. Not long after that, some days later, he woke me up in the night. Immediately he woke me up and I saw his face. I knew he wasn't sleeping. So I said, what's wrong? He said, there's something you need to tell me that I can't sleep. I said, is it about another woman? He said, yes. So let's call this lady Miss P. I think that's how I wrote.
That is different from Mrs. T and Mrs. Consistent.
That's Mrs.
Miss
Consistent.
Consistent is the Miss P.
Yes, Miss Consistent. I said, is it Miss P? He said, yes. I said, have you slept with her? He said, yes. I said, how many times? I can still remember this set of questions. He said, 3 times. I said, wow. I said, so why are you telling me? He said, because he cannot hide it anymore. When a man commits a sin for the first time, that particular sin, he has not done it before. And maybe he's been taught that it is wrong. So because he's new in it, the JJC, the first time he will still have this conviction, the conscience is alive. So he's troubled. So he went to tell a pastor friend. That one asked him, said, is your wife strong? Can she handle it? Because you need her. So I think that one told him to go back home and tell me. So he didn't really know how to tell me. But he couldn't sleep, so he had to wake me. I didn't really know what I was supposed to do then. I remember going to my library and picking up all the books I know I have in my library that talks about sexual fidelity, Reverend Sam's book, Pastor Godman's book, and I was shoving it at him that if you have read all these books, all these things we did now, then the next question I asked him was, who is your mentor? Who can I even report you to? And it dawned on me that there's no mentor I could really even report him to. And I said, who is your mentor, Seth? And I said, Pastor T. I said, is it Pastor T that told you to come out? I said, that one is your friend. It's not your mentor. Do you listen to him? If he corrects you now, can he scold you? He can't. He's not your mentor. He's your friend. And that was that day. I remember going to work that day because I had to report at work. I was trying to just... Even there were people staying with us in the house. They did not hear anything. I was just trying to take care of it. And in the bus, I was not okay. It got to a time. I couldn't hold it anymore. So I saw the tears dropping, so I just took my handkerchief and I covered my face and I cried. And while crying, I was holding myself in the bus. I was crying, I was wailing, so but I was just being careful so that people will not start asking. I remember that morning he was seeing me off to the bus and it was just public display of affection. And the motorbike guys will have been wondering that these guys are newlyweds. They didn't know something else was wrong. And I was trying to hold myself. And that was just that episode. So a friend of his came around and he told him. And the man was like, wow, have you told anybody? I said, no. What will I tell them? What do I want to tell them? That's not the way to handle things. He now stopped communicating with Miss P. Now when she saw that, I think she felt something is wrong. So she kept calling on him like, see, I'm not interested anymore. And then she changed it that I'll come to your school and do a showdown. I'm going to create a scene. And she came, actually. But then she came to the school. His school.
To the school that he was running?
Yeah, he was running. He's running a group of school that he's going to create a showdown. That he's going to tell everybody that he's using her and stuff like that. So he came.
And he's a pastor who pastors a church. So
yes,
that's why, that embarrassment maybe.
Yeah, the embarrassments will go a lot because he's also planning to go for a counselorship.
Oh,
he wants to be a counselor because he's very popular in that area.
Yes, so that will tarnish his image and reputation.
And most of the parents that their children are in that school reside in that area. So she says it's going to calm down, and she's going to calm down, going to create a scene. So when she came, they ushered her because they were carrying me along through text message, and they were begging her. He said he actually had to prostrate for her. That please, this is not me. Something happened, and that's not it. And I want to stay with my wife, so thing. I was like, she was like, you want to stay with your wife, okay? So I think he had really told her a lot about us. So she knew we don't have a child yet. She knows he's going for a counselorship or so. So I want to be the wife of she wants to be the wife of a counselor and stuff like that.
Counselor.
Then you counselor. So she just told him, no. So he just used me. Then he had to tell her that I've told my wife and she forgave me. So that shocked her. That your wife forgave you. Just like that. I mean, she asked him just like that, are you sure? He said, you want to see the text message that my wife just sent? My wife's forgiving me. So I don't know. I'm begging you that.
This was what he relayed to you.
Yes, because a friend of his too was around.
Was there. So both of them relayed this
that's just the first
dramatic scene to you.
Yes. So that was just his first away match.
Yeah.
So, and when the lady saw that I was already involved, she now said, okay, fine, that she's pregnant. So what are they going to do? No, he has to marry her, take her to the registry and marry her the way he married me. So I said, it's not like that. Now I can't marry two wives now. They will even jail me. So I told her, I can't marry you. And I didn't want to let my wife go. I'm just so sorry. She has done so much for me. Look at this school. She has so much invested in it. I'm so much indebted to her that I can't even let her go. And then I was like, what? So the lady was just thinking, so why did you even get involved with me in the first instance? So day after day, she kept threatening that, no, then she said she'll kill herself. So she started using that she commit suicide. And she write a note down.
So what were you doing during this time?
So at the time, I had to tell him, I said, look, you take her to the hospital. At the time, she said a message that she was going to poison herself that day. He said, take her to the hospital. Don't let her know you are coming. So he went there, drove her down to the hospital, and it was in the hospital discovered she's not pregnant.
Okay.
So that she was just using that to. So then the doctor had a counseling section with her, told her, look, one day you're going to have your own family. This man is telling you he wants to stay with his family, wants to stay with his wife. So you have to let go. So I think they agreed that I have to give her a peace offering and stuff, and that's it.
Like peace offering means money.
Money now.
To settle the.
But the doctor wanted to take care of her, to check her. She said, no. But she said, they should give her money. She wants to go and do abortion. But doctor said, this girl is not pregnant. And I said, give me money. I will take care of it myself. So the doctor said,
they
okay,
gave
fine. Give her money and stuff. So she called some few days later.
And he was carrying you along in all of this.
Yes. No, because the thing don't backfire now. So he had to carry me along because I did not tell anybody.
Yes.
Because what I was interested in around that time, that creating a scene for him is not going to good for his image.
Okay.
And that I want to still be in this marriage. So he's my husband. So it's like anything anybody say about him, he's not going to
rub off on you.
He's going to rub off on me. So, and then he's so much respected. A lot of people respect him.
Because he's also a pastor.
They think highly of him. Even when I started writing about it on Facebook, my book, a lot of people were
shocked. Because shocked. You now have a book where you wrote down all of this.
Yes, they said, what? And some people were calling me and apologizing that they are sorry that they were not sensitive enough to know that I was going through that at the same time. I was still coming to church and I was still mentoring them. Some were even crying. Some of my peers were crying on phone. I'm sorry, ma. I'm sorry. I said, what are you sorry for? He said, he did all of this and you still come to church and you still talk to us. And I said, I didn't say anything bad. I said, if I have told you, would you have believed? He said, no, he's a charmer. He could charm anybody that. So there was no choice. So it was just like that. And
So after that, so you guys, you forgave him, you went back to
yes, I
being...
remember telling him one thing then. One of those days, I said, don't repeat this thing. Because don't just simply say, I forgive you. I'm human too. If one day you do pass this one, I will not forgive you. I still remember very well.
Okay.
Because I remember, okay, it was a particular time I called him calling his ex, that Mrs. T.
Okay. Mrs.
Yes, she's married too. That one because they were
But were they,
involved.
no, let's clarify it. Were
They
they
were
having an
They
affair?
wanted to marry, but his parents said
I
no.
understand, yes.
So I think he still have a thing for her.
Okay, but were they only talking?
We were only talking.
You are sure?
So I think is now they confide in each other.
Okay.
It's like, okay, I couldn't have you, you couldn't have me. So whenever we're going through problems, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Because from what I learned, she wasn't enjoying her marriage.
Oh.
It was because she couldn't marry him. That's why she went to marry
Marry that
someone
person.
else.
Okay.
So they keep talking. Because when I scold him, I'm saying, you're talking with your ex. It's not good. Oh. You could always just stir up old flame. But it's not good for you. Not that. She's not also enjoying her marriage. She's just telling me things she's going through. It's not that. I don't see her again. So, but after this Miss P issue, 6 months later or so, we heard she has done introduced the guy to her
That's
family.
the Miss P that got
Consistent,
pregnant and
yes.
wanted to abort it on herself, even though she
Yes.
wasn't pregnant for your husband, but
Yes.
decided that she wants to be a counselor wife, Miss P.
Miss P.
Yeah.
So we heard she has introduced the man and she's going to get married. I was like, wow, hallelujah. Because
So you were now monitoring for your husband, his affairs
she said,
on behalf
she
of
even
him.
told him that I'll be monitoring you. You have a good wife. That who does that? That if she's the one, she would have created a scene. That even in church, that she be your wife can sing. I heard she can sing. He said yes. Say, I would have taken my one and say I have a special number, and I will just tell everybody. So he was not telling me.
So but after that,
After
the
that, he
Miss
calmed
P,
down.
you know.
He calmed down. So he calmed down, and a year later, I just noticed this man is not in this marriage. Oh. This man is not in this marriage. He only calls when he wants to eat. Please, when is my food? So we come home then, eat, and we focus on the 9 o'clock news and watch it till I sleep off. I have to go to work early in the morning. So he discovered that he was dodging communication. And at the time, I discovered that he wasn't looking me in the eye. I said, what's happened now? So I said, we need to talk. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? But then I was naive. I didn't know a whole lot of things because I've not been in any kind of marriage like that before. And I was just doing my duty as the wife. And then we're trying to get pregnant. So when I go for treatment, it's like, you will use the treatment as an excuse. You know, you're going to take these drugs. Don't worry. After some time. At the time, I looked at myself. I said, no, something is not adding up. Something is not adding up. So I called him one day and I said, I saw the way he was doing in church with other women, even pregnant women. When they have issues, he will carry the matter on the head. And he will just go all over them. But then, he was like, he now hardly comes close to me. So at the time, we got on one Sunday and I said, he has eaten. So he has dressed. He wants to go. I said, this is the only day we have for ourselves. So you're not going anywhere. So we need to talk. There's something I need to ask you. He said, that pregnant woman I saw in church, mom is so, that she has a problem, and she's going through complications. I said, but she has a husband. I saw you were all over her in church with other women. They've taken care of her. Now let her husband continue from where you stop. Hi, I need my husband. We need to have a communication. And I said, what is it? I want to ask you a question. Why are you dodging? Something is happening. And let me know. So it was as if I have hit the nail on the head. There was something I was hiding. So he was like, okay. I said, because if you move out today, I follow. Anywhere you go from now, I follow until you answer my question. So he sat down. He said, he doesn't know how to say it. I said, say it anyhow. What is it? Is there another woman? I said, no. Is there a love child somewhere? He said, no. I said, so what is it? So when he said no to all those ones, I relaxed. I said, maybe he's not that serious. Then he said, he doesn't know. Say it anyhow. I said, he doesn't have chemistry for me. I said, chemistry. And then it was like 5 years into marriage. This was like 5 years. So I said, I really didn't understand. I think it was from that time I had to Google and check what does it mean to have a chemistry for somebody. Because really, I was like, okay, have you talked, because I thought it was something small. So have you talked to the family doctor? Have you talked to your mentor? You can imagine what I was asking.
You understand what chemistry meant.
And I didn't know the impact. So I was like, okay,
chemistry.
So what does that mean? What does it? So where does that leave us?
Okay.
He said that was why we've not been having sex. That's why he's been dodging from sex. That we just do it once in a while. That is because he doesn't have feelings. That letter said he doesn't have feelings. He said, you don't have feelings for me? Really? Since when? And I said, before we got married. And then, before we got married, okay. No, so I was like, I asked him again. I said, okay, your dad, because I know he communicates a lot with his dad. I know his dad used to be my dad, very close friend. I said, have you ever told your dad this? He said, not really, but at the time he asked him that I told him. I said, so two of you know, and you didn't tell me anything? For how long have your daddy known? He said, for a while. So I still trivialized it. I just said, okay, go and see the family doctor. And also, I said, what's your daddy doing? He said, my dad said he will pray about it.
Because his dad is also a pastor.
Yes, the GO. So I said, he will pray about it.
So what were you...
My matter, and you did not tell me.
What were you expecting the family doctor to do?
Maybe they will... Maybe they were going to teach him some things. Maybe, no,
No, we need to know your state of mind at that particular time.
So... maybe they're going to teach him some things
that will make the chemistry,
that will make him want to make love to his wife.
Okay.
That's what I thought.
Okay, so you were thinking, let's backtrack. You were thinking about making love.
Maybe they would advise him.
Okay. So now I get it. No, you were thinking because he was saying he doesn't have chemistry for you. That's why we were not making love. And then you were trying to get pregnant.
Yes.
So do you understand? So that was an objective. So you thought that maybe when he goes to the family doctor, there will be something they will tell him to do or a drug they will give him that will boost his chemistry and immunity and feelings.
Yes.
To be making love with you so that you can get pregnant, have children, and make the family good.
Because my mind, I never thought of divorce for one. Okay, now I'm coming from a background
yes,
where we don't believe in divorce. So I've grown up to be hearing that part of the Bible that you should not leave your wife. So in my widest dream, that it will never happen to me. So I didn't even know he was already thinking about it, that that's the way forward. But he doesn't want to say it to me. So, he has gone into that state. And both of you are
pastor's children.
Yes, so he has gone into that state in his mind, but it doesn't. So it's like, when she gets tired,
she will leave.
The mind was that deep. So it was later, it begins to unfold. So I was like, no, this can't be happening to me. So I immediately said that. Well, I just kept calm and prayed. And what else? I didn't even talk to anybody because I didn't talk to anybody. I felt it's something I would do. I said, will you see the family doctor? Will you see somebody? He said, yes. He just said, okay, yes, I will see somebody. I will see. So I will talk about it. That was it. But I thought I didn't change. So he did something so funny. Now, there is another person now, another lady. I know this one.
That he was also saying.
Yes.
Okay.
This is a family friend of his.
So how did you get to know about that?
He actually went to meet my cousin, who is very close to me, to go and tell her that he should tell me I should move on. That he doesn't have the confidence to tell me. That he knows I don't believe in divorce. But that he knows my cousin loves me so much, so we're like sister. We grew up in the same house. That he now told her how far he has gone. The adultery he had in the past, and the current one is having. That family friend, Miss K, that's the one I now mentioned, Miss K. Okay. That is so much involved with her. That it's not that he loves her, but that he's sexually attracted to women who are full. Okay, and you don't. Okay. Full of shame. So, but you are not really full in his eyes. Yes. Size 6 now. Yes. So he told my cousin. My cousin was like, what? Then she came over to the house the next day. with a baby. She had a 3-month-old baby and she rushed down
That's
to the
your
house.
cousin now.
Yeah, my cousin. She rushed down to the house. I said, what has been happening? I said, like what? He said, you're even growing slimmer every day. No wonder. I said, what? She said, so your husband had to sleep with other women. I said, who told you? He said, he told me yesterday. I said, hi. He now mentioned the Miss K. Now, prior to this, she also used to flash in the night, like 10 p.m.
She'll flash.
She will flash, and that means she wants to communicate with you. I'm like, who's that? I said, it's Miss K. I said, why is Miss K flashing you at this time? I said,
You have now become security guard, always checking for.
No, I'm any small noise, I'll wake up. I'm just that kind of person.
Was that why, or you were naturally? Sometimes is it because you were naturally suspicious and you
No,
were
no,
thinking,
I'm a sensitive person.
okay.
I'm a sensitive
Or
person.
could it be because he has done it before?
I didn't even think he was sleeping with Miss K.
Okay.
I never thought.
But were you thinking he was sleeping with somebody else?
Because I already told him, I didn't suspect. So I was in that state that I just wanted the marriage to work. So I did away with suspicion.
Okay.
I did away with suspicion because I know that it was not good for me.
Okay.
Not good for the state of my
your
mind.
mental
So
health,
I was not suspecting. So if I was suspecting anybody, I didn't even suspect somebody like her. Because see, they had one history. That girl has always been obsessed with him.
Okay.
Everybody knew that even before we got married. But it was like, it's an aburo. Nothing can
Like
ever
that.
happen between us.
Okay.
Do you understand? So when she came and told me that, like, Miss K, he said, yes, so. He said, it's a serious matter. And that as it is now, I don't think this man will change. He wants you to go. I said, Even the things I was saying
was
that...
this still the 5th year?
Yeah, I think the 5th year going on to 6th year.
Okay.
So immediately she left and I confronted him and asked him that, the thing my cousin is saying, is it true? Are you the one that told her all that? He said, yes. He said, he believes, even the Bible says, at the state of adultery, you are free to go. So it's like he's saying it that while on he said, you just have to go. Just go. This thing is not working. You won't die here. Go now. So it was that. And I wasn't seeing it like that. Even my sister wanted to punch me. Because when she was talking, I was like, you just have to be patient. You just have to, I think she was replaying it for me one time. You just have to pray, things don't work out sometimes. That doesn't mean you should just give up. So like, what? What? This man is doing so much to you. And you are saying this? I said, but I still have to give in my best.
Grace, let me cut you short on that. Okay. You know what? As in, I don't want you to give it out all out like that. Because all these things are written in your book. Yeah. What's the name of the book now?
Ife Chukwude, that's Creating Beauty from the Ashes of Pain.
Ife Chukwude. And that's your name, right?
My maternal grandma, that's my Igbo name.
Okay, Ife Chukwude. So don't worry, we'll come back to that because I'm very curious. Because I don't know, you were still praying and wishing during, I want to be like you when I grow up. So let's... Your own story in a nutshell.
Okay, hello everybody.
Hi.
Yes, welcome to my story. Actually, this is the very first time someone has had to ask me publicly what happened. Yes, lots of people don't even know that I am not married.
Okay.
Yeah, because they keep seeing me with my kids.
Okay.
And they thought Madame was always at home.
Okay.
Poor me, and I love to go around with women. Yeah. I come from a polygamous setup. My father was a king, so he knew how to besele a lot. Married my mom. She was 35. He was about 79 at the time.
79. Your dad was 79. Your mom was 35.
I was born when he was 80 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and I was in the last. I love to say this a lot. So when people see me, they know I'm going to live very long. And I am still strong. So when I want to marry again, I'm advertising. Okay, so come from that polygamous setup, saw all the things that I saw. And I said to myself, this is not going to happen to me. I was still a child, yes, an only child in the midst of everybody. So I faced rejection also growing up. So I made up my mind that I was going to get married, and it would be just me, my wife, and my kids. That was a dream. Yes, and I like to say that I was always responsible. Now, children don't get married. Yes, you don't just wake up like I did and say to yourself, I want to get married. It doesn't happen like that. If it does, I think it breaks up. Yeah. I've always been a DJ. You know, I was a DJ in the nightclubs, and I was together with my colleagues this night. We had our Friday night out. We were supposed to come back on the Saturday. Like I said, it's preambles, yes?
Yes.
I'm building a foundation,
It's
so
fine.
you know where I'm coming from, yes? And we congregated the next day. DJs work at night. So we got to the nightclub the next day, and the place was in a mournful mood. Now, that's not how it's supposed to be in nightclubs. People were supposed to come there to, you know, have fun, enjoy themselves, hide their pains.
Yes.
So, but it was all moody, and we were like, what's up? And management called us together to say to us that our senior DJ was shot at the bus stop that morning on his way home. So I looked at myself and I said, that could have been me.
Because you were also a DJ who worked overnight, and you were also going
that thing
home.
could have been me, could have been anybody, and only me, my mama born. So I go just die like that, to go finish. So I had this girlfriend, and I was like, babe, I think I want to have a kid. Just like that. Now, I was raised like a king, yes, that you have authority. What you say is
law.
So I said to her, I want to have a kid. And she said, I'm not ready. And I said, if you are not ready, no more sex. Because if it comes, you can't spoil it too. Yeah, I said it. And that's exactly what happened. Yes, of course we had sex, and then she got pregnant. Yeah, and she hid it for 3 months. Yeah, the boy is here now. He's 31 years old. Yeah, and he has sisters. Yeah.
So meaning that was just how you got married, Sha.
That's how I got married.
Because a DJ was shot, and you were thinking this could have been me. So if I would die, let me leave children.
It's a sense of responsibility that I grew up with.
Wow.
Yes, for me, marriage was a means of continuity. Yeah, it was a means for you to leave yourself behind in the world. Yeah,
wow.
And the girl, she was a beautiful woman. Yes, and I looked at her. So I'm a determined person.
Okay.
What I want to do, I will do it. Okay. Yes, but I observe. So I looked at her. I looked at the beauty of the woman, but I didn't look at the character. Now, I love women and I respect women a lot. But some of you guys, anyways, so I was always this guy who wanted what he wanted, to do it and ensure that he stayed by it. People will impregnate people and run. I stayed. Yes, the mother called me, said that, see what has happened to your girlfriend? And I said, yes, what are you going to do? I said, marry her, of course. So that's how it happened, and I married her.
Okay, like
yes.
you did the trad, wedding.
The trad, yes, okay. Because I knew I had to do that all anyways. Okay. So I did that. She gave birth to the child. But the mother said to me, I don't give you wife. When you are tired, you will go. Same thing that you were told by your husband. It's the mother. I hear that mother-in-laws from the men's side bug the daughter-in-laws. Yes. But mine was the opposite. Okay. It was the mother-in-law that was bugging the hell out of my life. Okay. Yeah? And she would say to me, when you are tired, you will go. I don't give you wife.
Meaning, maybe she didn't like you. That must have been it, right? Or did she ever tell you that?
She didn't just like me.
Okay.
And the reason was because I came and see, it's a long story.
Okay.
Yeah, because if I want to delve into it, we
That's
probably
going to take
might
a
not
long
live
time.
here. Yes, but it was all a spiritual thing. I came and I broke something that was sacred to the, and
So you now got tired actually,
yeah, I got
and
tired.
then you left.
I got tired after my mom died. I could have left before then because what I would not wish on my enemy is you to be married and be alone.
Oh.
Yeah? I likened my marriage to oil and water. They never mixed. Yes? It was one thing that mother-in-law was on my case, but for the woman that you married not to be inside of the marriage, wow. When I think about it now, I'm wondering how I managed to stay. I had this sister who would always say to me, this guy, the family is looking up to you for something, and you just decide to mess your life up with this person. Go away from here. Now, women are very sensitive people. The ones who decide to be spiritual are very spiritual. I had that sister who was very spiritual. She saw it from day one that this was not going to work, and she kept telling me until I left.
So you left
I
after you
actually
got
left.
tired,
After I got tired.
after having kids.
After having 4 kids.
Wow.
I was the one keeping that marriage together because I have said to myself, remember I said it, that polygamy was not for me.
Okay.
Yes? That it would just be me, my wife, and my kids.
kids.
I, at a point, knew that this was not going to work. But when I got born again, I said, with God, all things
Are possible.
are possible. Let me tell you something. God took hands off marriages when Adam accused him of giving him his Eve.
Now that's spiritual marriage counseling according
Do
to
you understand?
DJ GOSPORELLA.
Yes. It's not written down, but I remember God said somewhere, if you bring a woman, I will bless you. But he never give women to anybody anymore. So when you want to get married, you have to shine your eyes.
Okay, because God doesn't give anymore.
Easy. Up to tomorrow, I keep asking him why, but he never answered me for once. Yes, because I was the one that went. I didn't
Consult him.
I was just a child, believing in my beliefs and trying to do what I think was right, which I think is right, because I don't think it is wrong for somebody to say, I'm not going to have children all over the place. It's just me, my wife, and my kids. And that was what was keeping me in that marriage all those years.
That is the motivation, but it's just the wrong motivation.
It was just the wrong motivation. For the person I was involved with.
So how long was this altogether?
17 years. I was in it for 17 years. I have 4 kids. And the youngest now is 16.
And how long ago have you broken up?
That's about 15 years now. So my last child was about 1 year old, I think, when I left. And now, how did I leave?
Okay.
My mom had died.
Okay.
Yes, and my mom was the closest person to me in life. Yeah, I didn't even know until she died.
Okay.
Yeah, and the family of the person I was involved with didn't even come to my house to say sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I went into the spirit and I asked myself, what is going to happen now? And the revelation was, hey, it's about time that you leave, or this woman will die in your hands because they've tried everything to make you go. You've refused to go. So my marriage is all of a spiritual thing. Wow. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that
just because the mother-in-law didn't like you and didn't want that marriage, so it was just topsy-turvy.
Yes, it was also. So I was asked to leave. Yes, by the Holy Ghost. My sister has been telling me to do that. I didn't listen. But it was like when my mom died, my eyes kind of opened. My eyes opened and I was seeing life from a different angle. Yeah? And I said to myself, okay, instead of me to stay here, for these people to do something that I might not be able to extricate myself from, I think I should go. And once I make up my mind like that, it's very difficult for anybody to change it. So what I did
because
was,
your word is law,
just
according
like that.
to
Yeah, because my
AF
word-
the Prince.
yeah, I have integrity. God is God of integrity. I do not even play with lies. Do you understand? Like we are joking and we are joking. That's why I said it. I don't do that. I don't believe we should play with things that matter to humanity.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm just like that. I'm a
Okay.
serious-minded person.
Person.
All is hidden in comedy,
Okay.
kind of.
Okay.
When you are with me, you will laugh. Yeah, because I believe life is a joke. Yeah, life is a joke because
Now you're trying to twist my head, but I'm not going to go into that.
Okay,
Please
let's not
don't.
get
No,
into
no,
that.
let's not. Because you're just
It's
going
from
to confuse
experience.
me, and I might just faint from here.
Okay,
so just
okay,
let's
okay.
leave
So,
that.
so let me just say that my mom died and my eyes got opened, and then that period I needed someone.
That's what I was coming to.
I needed
The reason was because
someone.
your mom, whom you loved, had died. You needed comfort. You
I
needed
needed-
somebody to be there. You needed to lean on somebody,
I needed
and you
somebody to
couldn't
be
get
there,
that.
and there was nobody there for me. The woman actually saw me crying one morning and asked if I was still crying because my mom died, and I'm like, huh? I'm an only child. That's the only person I have in the whole wide world. Like
Your dad had died, of course.
my dad has gone. Yes.
Yes.
Like you are in a marriage where there is no love. Yeah. And then you have this person that will always give you love. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay. So that was how you kept coping, because you were going to receive the love that you were supposed to get in the marriage from your mom.
Do you know I didn't even know until she died?
Wow.
I didn't even know that she was the reason why I was there.
Wow.
Yeah. So she died, and then the emptiness became
was-
very, vivid.
Pronounced,
It
yes.
was very pronounced now, and I was like, okay. So my mom had died, and I can't even cry. Yeah. So I was in that solemn mode, meditation for a while, for about 3 months. So one night I just said, Madam,
It's time.
let's talk. It was about 2 a.m. And I said, know what? I've been here all this long trying to ensure that this marriage works. But unfortunately, it has not. So I got to go. Why? I said, you see, where I come from, you don't just marry the woman, you marry her family along. I've been trying to marry you, marry your family, but they don't need me now. I have faced rejection in my own father's house.
Okay, so it
That was another rejection.
Oh, wow.
So I said to her, I think I have reached my final bus stop with you now. She thought I was joking. The next morning, I packed a bag and I said, I'll see you.
And that was it. So who took the kids?
The next
Who
time I
had
came was to pick my
pick
kids.
the kids? Wow. Wow.
And she packed their bags for me.
The 4 of them. How many years after you packed your bag and left was that?
I think it was within the year or next year.
Next year.
Because I was always involved with my kids.
Okay, so you had your little daughter, who is 16 now, from maybe 1 or 2 years old.
1.5, 2 years old, about that
With
time.
all the kids. And all of them grew up with you till now. Wow.
They are all grown up now.
Wow.
Now I can laugh over it, but there were days that I would cry.
Yes. So Grace, I needed to do that again, going back to your story. So 5th, 6th year, he said he wasn't in love with you. So you left at what year? Did you leave or you left? Which one?
I left now because
At
Yeah,
what
we
year?
say-
Year what?
the 8th year.
Those are the people that cannot wait for 6 months, that are doing for you. So you waited, because you were trying to make it work.
Yes, and because when I finally agreed that, okay, you've been saying leave, and it will even be playing TD Jake's message on move on. Always in the car, move on. That thing is not working, move on. Move on.
So Grace, wait, how long ago? Wait. So okay, guys, wait, let's get this. So now you did move on by leaving.
Yes. Because normally when I counsel people, I tell them you have to try
And
all
at this
options.
time, you were a relationship coach.
Yes, I was helping
marriage
people with it.
counselor, because we did all of our certification courses together.
You see, when people saw what I wrote, my book, and some of my teachers were asking me questions that didn't you know? I said, don't you know I started this relationship thing while in that marriage? I found purpose in that pain.
Marriage, yeah.
Only that's what you don't know. So all these ones you people are enjoying now, it's in the pain. I went to take that study. That how can you make marriages work? So in the hope that I will find help for myself.
For yourself, and then you're not transferring it to people.
Because when
and the books are here, right?
Yes,
they're outside.
Yes.
Guys,
because
I want to read it.
When I wanted to write it, when I got an urge to write, I resisted. I didn't want to write. But that thing kept coming. They need to hear your story. It's not your fault that you went through those pains. Because in life, we may not be able to determine the pains we will go through.
Yeah.
But we will be able to determine if you want this pain to control you for the rest of your life. But then when you're going through pain, see, there's a way you find cure for yourself and be able to help others going through that same pain or trauma. So I had
there was purpose in that, your pain. That's what you're trying to say.
When Singles Gather, all these mentoring Singles Academy all started. It was in
That's the name of your programs. When Singles Gather, I spoke at your event.
Yes, the first one. So all those things have been going on at that time. That's why you wouldn't see.
And he came at one of those events.
Yeah, he came when we were about to share the benediction now. I didn't even know it was going to come. So I was deep in those things then.
But you were just pouring out and praying because you're a believer and a pastor's child.
Yes.
So, but you did leave.
I did leave.
So when you left, wait, I don't want you to give out everything. I don't want you to even tell us what the process. He wanted you to move on. It was painful. You left. Mm-hmm. So after you left, what did you think of? What did you go through? How did you heal? Like, what's going on?
So I was living with someone for 8 years now. I had to live on my own, alone.
Good.
So there are times I'll cry, as in tear up,
you went to get a house
on my bed. Yes, I'll cry and I'll be feeling so bitter. So in the bitterness, I'll say things. I will say, God, see, I was treated badly. You have to avenge me. Stuff like that. So I saw the more I was praying those kinds of prayer, the more I was feeling bitter and I was feeling pained. And I'll be getting flashes of the good I did, because at a particular time, when we actually were in a meeting with ministers of God, and they were telling him, he said, look, she has to go. He said, because as she's a saint, I'm the sinner. That's why we can't pray. When we hold hands, he will say something, we'll be telling him, she's a saint. You're a sinner. Your prayer will not be answered. Imagine those things. So he said she's getting progress, but he is not getting progress, so she had to leave. So I would remember all those things and I'll be crying. And the why me question always comes up. God, why me?
Because you were a virgin before you got married.
Yes,
you were a
what
pastor's child.
exactly
did
I do wrong?
You believed in marriage.
What exactly did I do wrong? I had a picture of the kind of family I wanted. So what exactly? But it came to a time I said, I'm still moving in circles. I have to move forward. So in moving forward, I need to change the approach.
Which meant that when you ask the wrong questions, you will get the wrong answers.
Exactly.
When you ask, why me? You say, it's because you are foolish. It's because, you are not covered. It's because you get...
Yeah, and he used to tell me then that he's sorry, that boy, he knows that 90% of men will prefer my shape, but he's among the 10% or the 5% that is sorry. So I had to tell myself, so what's the way forward? So I said, cry, then forgive. So I had to learn to forgive him, forgive myself. I said, okay.
Forgive yourself for what?
Yes, I said, I was asking myself that, forgiving myself for not being sensitive enough. That maybe there were signals I ignored. So I said, Grace, I forgive myself. At the time I had to say it loud. I forgive myself. Although I really didn't know what I ignored. But maybe if I had been sensitive enough, maybe if I had prayed enough. I said, but there are people who don't know God who are having the best of marriages.
True.
There's some people that
which tells you that though, yes, it's good to be spiritual, bring God into the marriage, but the work is physical and carnal. So it is an earthly work.
So because
Which is irrespective of your religion or gender or location.
My anger with him then has been that if you had told me this before we got married, I would have said I'm not doing, or I would have walked into that marriage with that reality that you don't have chemistry for me. That even if I would have been mad to even walk into it. That because I'll ask, what does it mean? That means we will not be sleeping together. I say, no, me or she. I said, but you knew and you didn't tell me.
So you felt
I felt betrayed. So I think one of our mentors said, no, it's a fraudulent transaction. No, it's fraud. It's fraud. You just defrauded her. Said because they asked you guys, do you know anything why you should not get married? He said you knew. I did not say it. Said so there's a fraud. That means he said no. The marriage did not occur.
It's null and void.
Yes,
I know that mentor.
He said it's null and void.
From what he said, I know
it's null and void. So those are some of the things that kept me at peace when I will now remember. I said I was deceived into this thing. And because he was saying he had the qualities he wanted in a woman. That was the only one I didn't meet. So when he got married to me, he said he wanted somebody who was tall, wanted somebody who is intelligent. He said because he knows his wife has to be a public speaker because he cannot be talking in church and she will not be able to talk.
Yeah.
So he got all that.
But
the other aspects that we are supposed to be enjoying.
Okay, because he was getting all the other ones.
Yes,
but
so
you needed this part.
Yes,
that he wasn't giving you.
And he was going outside and was sleeping with other people.
Wow.
So I had to tell myself, so at the time, instead of feeling bad, when I cursed him, when I was thinking of those and I'll cry and I'll curse him, at the time I was cursing him, seriously. I know this curse will come to pass. I'm cursing him. I said, see time and harvest time will not cease, this. By the time I changed it, and I said, God, I release him from my heart.
Because that was a time of bitterness.
Yes.
The cursing season.
So I knew that when I was bitter, when I will not be talking about it, I'll be so angry. Even when I'm talking with my mom, when I'm talking with my cousin, I'll be so angry. And I'll be so pained. And I will be vibrating. So I knew that it wasn't good for me. I knew it wasn't good for me. And I've talked about forgiveness a whole lot of times to people. And I've seen people heal. When they hear about forgiveness, they will take steps. And I told myself, so to be sure that forgiving him, many times I have to be saying it loud. I'll mention his name. I forgive you. I release you from the depth of my heart. I let you go. I hand you over to God. Whatever he wants to do with you, we do with you. God, I receive peace. I receive peace and I receive divine compensation. So I begin to say that.
I get that.
I begin to say that over and over. So I saw that when I begin to say that, sometimes I'll cry, but those tears are now different. Those tears are now different. And the tears are now tears of hope that this is the kind of future I want. This is the kind of family I want. And I know it's possible. So I on my vision was, so I had to now collect pictures of women that have remarried and are living a beautiful life now. So I had to pull them together so that I could always see them.
Grace, what I'm picking, because I'm very interested in, we know the story, but how did you come out of it? Which is the fact that you were able to, release him. There was a point you were bitter, you were cursing him and all of that. Then you were asking yourself questions, terrible questions, you changed, cursing him. Then later you started releasing him, forgiving him. And then now you had a vision board.
Yes.
Of people who have been through what you have been through and have overcome it.
Yes.
That is very key. Because that gives hope, to people. But if you are looking for, some of us, we're not looking for who has overcome. We're looking for people that were in the same category. They defrauded you too, you see. This world is a fraud, So I get that. So after that, so what happened?
I had to detach. Okay. I had to stop picking his calls.
Because it was calling. For what?
It was until you started seeing the story that I was sharing that he now even stopped calling. He was calling because I heard from a third party that they told him everywhere he went to that you need to go and ask forgiveness. That if not, you are doomed. That you've offended your wife. That they will ask him, where's your wife? He said, I know his wife has gone. They are no more together. They are divorced. He said, you did a lot of evil. And so he didn't tell me that, but I just kept seeing his call. I said, kept calling. And I was calling. So a particular mentor told me one day that we need to stop taking his call. That because you keep being absorbed.
Yes.
You are not moving forward as long as you are receiving his call.
Yes.
So I made up my mind that I was going to stop picking his call. So I had to detach.
But were you doing anything to him which was affecting him and giving those people signals that you are holding down his destiny or
I
something
don't know
like
for
that?
him. Someone that had to tell my uncle that I have to go. That when I go, then you see that my star will shine. He was telling my uncle. My uncle was like, "I only see this in movies." So he said, your niece is a superstar. You see, let her go. She will shine.
Grace, you are loaded. Please, we don't have much time. Wow, like I want to be like you when I go. See, I have super nice guests. You know, they are very praying and shining and releasing. It is well. So DJ, how did you DJ GOSPORELLA? He's angry whenever I call him DJ, but it's just the shortest form. You know, so how? Because I know you've not.
Everybody can be a DJ.
Okay, but nobody can be DJ GOSPORELLA. Oh, word, deep. So, but because I know you said it's been 15 years now, 16, and you've not remarried. Let's say 15, 16. You've not remarried. You've raised your kids by yourself. So why didn't you remarry?
Because when you make covenants, when you make covenants,
okay,
they are not easily broken.
Oh,
marriage,
because you made
marriage is a covenant. Yes? And that is why I would say, before you go into it, you must shine your eyes. I was tricking myself to believe that when I move out of the marriage, that's it. But given the kind of person I am, it was not gone, I can even say, until last year. And that was because I kept seeing her in my dreams. Her mother has died now. And when she was dying, she told me.
You went to see her when she was dying?
No, I didn't go. When my mother died, nobody came to see me.
So how did she tell you?
No,
Who told you? Okay, your wife told you.
I was in London once, and the person who was my host said, "Are you a Nigerian?" Oh. And I am like, "Yeah, why?" He said, "You don't behave like one." What? Because I do things that the average Nigerian guy wouldn't do. At a point, I said to myself, "Yeah, my kids will tell you that. I will tell them I am not their only parent, that they have a mother. I don't want you going there, but you have to communicate." Why? Because I knew the kind of love that I have for my mother, and I don't want to deprive my kids from that. So
why are you not allowing them go there?
Because the mindset of that environment will corrupt what I have suffered to bring up.
But the communication cannot.
No, it's what you say on phone for 2-3 minutes. It's not.
So meaning
and
that
then I'm there all the
time. See her mom. They didn't see their mom all through those years. She never came. They never went.
I didn't allow it.
Wow.
Yeah, and it wasn't because I was angry. Yeah, at her. It was just because I didn't want my kids to be raised with the same kind of mindset.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So, but I didn't deprive them from knowing that they have a mother.
But you deprived them from seeing their mother.
That physical touch. I said something earlier that my marriage was more of a spiritual stuff than the physical. Yeah, and if I have to go into a whole lot of stuff, I would disrupt why we are here.
Yes.
But
which is
not functional for, But we must always know that whatever happens in the physical first happens in the spiritual.
Okay.
Yes?
So I get that. So now, are you saying that covenant that you had 17 years ago, or no, it's not 17 now, let's say 32 years ago, is still going to follow you till death? Is that what you're saying?
One pastor, very big pastor in Lagos, I invited him to my program, and he said this thing. He said, marriage, once consummated, never ends.
So meaning that
Teddy sat down here.
Yeah.
If you and you were asking these guys, and they said their spouses are dead, but they cannot forget them.
Yes. Which is
Because
different from that it never ends.
what I am just trying to
consummated,
say,
meaning that it's covenant that will control them for the rest of
once
their
you are
lives.
married, you are married.
Are you kidding?
Yes.
So what about people who've been married twice or 3 times?
Now let me tell you, and see, God, we don't want to go spiritual.
Oh,
do we?
please, let's not go.
Yeah.
So my point
because
is,
if I go that way, yes, I'll be building foundations. That people, we need to know some things. When I said that covenant, you do not stay with somebody for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and then you go, and that is it. It's not possible. The person you are with now will do something, that will take you back to that place. There is always something that will remind you of that.
Okay, so but you don't think that, because I have a very different opinion and view about that.
Yes.
So, but you don't think that the reason is because you're so holding tight to that relationship and that marriage, and you believe because of the promises, the covenants you had made in the past, and so you have not detached from it, you have not healed from it, you have not released it, you have not gotten closure from it. You don't believe that that is the reason why all this belief system and all of these things are working. You don't believe that?
Well, I'm agreeing with you. I'm also not agreeing with you.
It's okay, it's fine.
Yes, because the truth remains that marriage consummated never really ends. Let me tell you something. I've not seen this woman now for like 10, 15 years. But there's one of my daughter that looks like her, behaves like her. And then she does that thing, and I'm like, can't you just get out of my life?
He's haunting you.
She's not doing it. The little girl is not doing it
intentionally to spite you.
She walks like her mom. Looks like her mom.
I don't think that's any, I think that's genetic.
Yeah, it is.
Some people do. I have a client, for instance, from the Life After Divorce page, who says that she has a child, that looks exactly like her ex-husband. And of course, she's not happy about that because she's angry with her ex-husband. She even tells me that, sometimes she wants to be, take out the anger on the poor little child. And that's very wrong. So don't you think that's what is replaying itself? The child it's not about covenant or anything.
What I'm trying to say here is this. Once you have involved yourself with someone,
that's the end.
Tell yourself the truth. If you tell yourself the truth, you will know that once a while, your mind goes back there.
I get that.
Do you understand what I'm saying? That's what I mean by marriage once consummated never ends. Okay. Because they are memories.
Yes.
Yes? Yeah. And life is made of memories, whether we like it or not. Do you get what I am saying?
I'm getting it.
So, I said I never really got out of this marriage until last year.
Oh, so you've gotten out now?
Oh, yeah, I have.
Oh, praise God. Oh, my God. I was beginning to think we will do a deliverance or something.
No. Let me tell you, what I mean by I was never really out of it is not because I was not living my life and all that, but it was just like, you have somebody inside of you without knowing that you have the person inside of you.
I totally understand.
Do you understand?
Yes.
And I'm just this person. I'm a man of integrity. I'm sorry if I have to say that myself. Yes. When I say words are very important.
For you.
Words are very, very important. Yes. There's something you will tell me and I'll look at you and I'm like, yeah. But to you, it doesn't mean anything. But I'm like, I was raised that way. Yes, and when I grew up, I discovered that words truly are powerful. What you say matters.
So when you said I do.
When you tell somebody I want to marry you for the rest of my life.
It's a big deal.
That's a big deal for me.
But now you are out of that marriage.
Now let me tell you. I was out of it physically.
Yes, but now
not knowing that I was still involved. Yeah. Until at a point I was asking myself, hey, why are you not getting involved with other females? That every female I come across, get in contact with, I always saw something in her that would make me not to have anything to do with her. I was not being, you attract what you are. Yeah. Do you understand? Yes. If you are a non-committal person, you will always meet a non-committal man or a non-committal female.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was always,
totally agree with that.
I was always meeting
non-committal people.
They no send me. Yeah. And I was looking for someone who sends me. But me, I was not sending anybody.
Yes.
Do you understand? So at the end of the day, I was thinking like, oh boy, you sure say I did all right, so. Yeah. Why am I not getting
So
involved
DJ
with-
Gosporella.
Let me just finish with this. And then I met with my pastor. And I said, Pastor, I think there is something wrong. I keep seeing this woman in my dream. And she comes each time I am thinking of getting married to somebody else. So we need to do stuff. And he said, no biggie. What do we do now? Somehow I get into prayers, and then I see things, and I relate. He actually calls me prophet. My pastor calls me prophet. So I see things, and then he says, this is what we are going to do. In the process of us doing whatever he says we are going to do, I see things, and I tell him, this is what I saw. And he said, I saw the same thing too. Why am I even your pastor, sir?
So you're saying
Do you
spiritual
understand?
issue.
So we did a kind of separation.
Okay. Which is supposed to be the closure.
We did a kind of
Detachment, closure.
we did
in
that
therapy.
stuff. 3 days later, I was on my bed lying down like this, and physically I felt her leave my mind. Physically. And I called pastor. I said, Pastor, she just left my heart.
Wow.
So I became free and
So now there's
ready to mingle.
Oh, okay. Oh my God, that was a very quick note to end. So now there's remarriage in the works anytime.
Definitely.
Oh,
Definitely.
praise the Lord, somebody. So, Grace, is there remarriage in the works or?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
now we know that Grace is going to remarry, and everything will be fine.
Yes.
Fantastic.
So,
Yeah.
Now, I think the major reason why we are here is to let everybody know how we got out of all this stuff.
Yes.
Now, I am this person that will always tell somebody who is going through pain to cry.
Good.
I believe that tears washes away pain.
Yes.
Yeah?
Crying is actually therapeutic. You
Uh-huh.
said that in the first session. Yes.
That if you see, guys like to I'm
Man
macho.
up.
I they cry you. Yeah. When I can't bear it anymore, I'm just like, and of course there's nobody to talk to, and I just cry. Yeah. The children give me wahala, and of course I'm an only child. I don't have a sister or a brother to say, oh yeah, go and live with your uncle or go and live with your. So I am stuck with them. I enter my room, lock myself up, and cry. And then I come back out, and then I'm all brave. The children they noticed it, and they, Daddy, come. You are not feeling well. Say the truth. They have grown by then. Do you understand? So what am I trying to say? Please cry if you feel pain. Yeah? Please cry. If you have somebody that you can confide in,
Yes. Very important.
go and confide in the person. It is good. It is not good for man or woman to be alone. Yes? Not just in marriage. Just have at least one person that you can download to. Yes? I do not believe in you going to meet pastor. Seriously, they go use you preach. Not all of them.
Yes.
Some of them. But, secrets are
find
secrets.
someone.
You should find somebody to talk. Don't let it be your pillow, because your pillow can't talk back at you.
Thank
Yes?
you.
Find somebody.
So, Grace, final word. Thank you so much. Grace, what's your final word for people going through all of this?
Pain is a part of life. So when it comes, accept it that, this is just a part of life, but it's not the final chapter of your life. So you've got to ask yourself, how do I move on from here? And always seek way to move on, to heal. Because when you're saying you're staying down in the pain, it's like you're keeping yourself stuck. And there are people, their destinies attached to your cure, to you finding freedom, to you finding answers. So find answers and move on and grow up.
Thank you so much.